Something wrong with that sound. Something's wrong with your sound. I can't hear you. Mm. Hello? Yeah, that's wrong with your sound. I can't hear nothing you're saying. Something is really going on. It's like a bunch of squiggles. You hear that noise? Let me microphone. No, it's the same thing. I think it's something off your end. Well, let's hang up the phone and see. That could be it. Okay. Yeah, I'm hearing the same thing. Same thing. I don't know what that is. Yeah, it's the same thing happening. I cannot hear you. All I hear is squeaky noise. You really get off here so that can be.
Okay, I changed the port. Okay.
That's a little bit better. Let me hang up the phone so we can catch the echo.
Okay.
Okay, there's something you did. I don't know what it was, but whatever you did.
Yeah.
Prior to, don't do it again because I couldn't hear nothing you said. Like it's a bunch of loud, squiggly noises that's like super loud. Like I couldn't hear nothing.
Can you hear me now?
I can hear you now.
It was I don't know. I guess the camera don't work. I changed the port, the USB.
Oh.
And it's acting differently than in a different port.
Okay.
Yeah. So.
Anyway, how you doing?
Well, sister, when you called, I was working out. You know, I'm trying to get back in shape like I used to be.
I know, that's great. That's a good.
Yeah, you know, I just have to do it because I mean, you feel better when you are, you know, when you exercise and do things.
Oh, definitely. You get a lot more done too. I know I do. I'm more productive.
Yeah. So, you know, I can't do it. You know, I'm an older person now. I don't expect to do what I did, you know, 20 years ago or whatever.
What's older person? How old are you?
I'm 54.
That's not older. People always talk about they older.
Well, I'm middle. I mean, I'm middle age. I'm middle age. That's what they would call it. I'm middle age. But you know, the sad thing about it is that upon observation of a lot of younger people, I'm like, y'all in bad shape. Yeah. I mean, 'cause they can't do no more than I can.
I was just laughing. I laugh because it really don't got nothing to do with age. It's what you eat.
Yeah.
That's what I know that for a fact. It's what you eat. Simple as that. You could be 70, 80, 100. If you eating good and not eating all that weighted down food, because that's what it do, it weighs you down.
Right.
You will, you know what I'm saying? I mean, I see young people that are messed up too. It doesn't matter the age.
Yeah.
It does not matter. It does not matter.
Okay, well, sister, the time is limited. Let's take care of this business real quick.
Okay, I got Lauren here, so y'all know how that goes. She might come.
Yeah.
That's why I try not to do stuff with you because it's so distracting. It throws me off so bad. So
yeah. Well, we both messed up because I'm tired from exercise and you got your thing. So, but we're gonna make the best out of it. Your time is limited. Let's get this busy on.
All right, let's go. I'm ready.
Let's do it. So we want to start with your good news, and we're gonna end with your good news and fill in the middle.
Okay.
And your good news is, sister, you are going to Harlem.
I'm going to Harlem. Absolutely. I can't wait.
First dark-skinned activist. Remember, y'all, this is the first dark-skinned activist, the original creator of Darkism. She is going on tour, and her next stop is Harlem, New York.
Harlem, New York. Here I come. I'm ready.
Go ahead and tell the people a little bit about that.
All right, I'm ready, y'all. I'm gonna be in Harlem bringing my dark skin play. It's called A Dark Skin Woman's Revenge. It is a part of my dark skin activism that I started way back in 1998. I don't know how much backstory you want me to give, but just just let me
sister,
know.
We know you can give a long backstory.
Oh my God.
we don't need a long backstory.
Because I'm detail oriented. They say the devil is in the details, and I believe that it's about the details. And Lauren, she's over here starting.
But we can skip that because the people, anyone who listens to the video, you can easily friend Sister Rashida on her Facebook, on Facebook, her YouTube channels, and there's plenty of information, the background of since 1998.
Actually, they can go to my website. That's probably one of the best sources of information, queenofdarkskin.com, queenofdarkskin.com, and find out the information. But it's been a long time coming. I've been performing this play for a long time. There you go, Lauren. I need you to go over there and down. And I finally made it to Harlem. I'm going to be there November 4th, which is on a Saturday. And it's going to be a 2-part presentation. I'm going to be doing the play at 6:30. It's going to start at 6:30 sharp at the Maceley's Documentary Center. And then immediately after the play, we're going to have a darkism discussion. So that's going to be fire. I do it all the time when I do my shows. The people absolutely love it. I'm looking forward to meeting people that have been following my work from all over the world, and now this time in Harlem. So it's gonna be fire. I cannot wait. I'm coming November 4th. So you better get your tickets now because it's only 55 seats there. So
right. Well, sister, you got my support. I'm gonna go broke messing, sending people to all your plays.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
Yeah. That's fine with me. This is the thing. People don't understand. It doesn't make any difference. People think I don't have to, when I see a person doing something positive, I don't have to agree 1000% with anybody. I learned from Richard Pryor a long time ago. Richard Pryor said, support anybody that does anything of good.
Right.
Matter of fact, that's when Richard Pryor stopped using the word nigger. He said, I'm going to stop using that word, in reference to our people. He's going to stop, and he stopped doing that. So it's about, just like you always, it's about supporting us. There's got to be something. We understand the negatives. We understand what we disagree.
Right.
We need to stop dealing with what we disagree. Concentrate on what we agree with.
Right.
Because I guarantee you, the majority of the time, we agree more than we disagree.
Absolutely.
And then another thing that you were saying too, and you say it all the time, another problem we have, sometimes people don't want you to shine because they believe it's going to take away from them. That's very sad.
It is. And I believe the thing with that is I believe that God put, whether you believe in God or whether you believe in Allah or whether you believe, you understand the point.
Yes.
I put everyone on earth with some type of skill, gift, or talent. I firmly believe that. And so what one should do is focus on the development of that gift, skill, and talent and contributing. Because what will happen is once you start to focus on how you are going to use that, you will not have time to do anything else. I'm a living witness of that. I'm totally engrossed in the promotion of my play because it is a lot of work. It is the performance aspect of it, and it is the promotional aspect of it, as well as the business side of it. So you won't have time to be concerned with other things outside of whatever gift and talent that you are presenting to the world and helping people with. You understand? So that will eliminate all that type of stuff as far as I'm concerned.
Yes, and it goes back to what I always tell us. We are in a situation where there is plenty of work for everybody if you start doing the work.
Right.
We need people not only do plays. We need people to to teach the history of dark-skinned persons outside of what these devils, these Caucasian people have taught us, throughout the years. but we need a little bit of everybody. You can fix a car. You a plumber. You know, there's so much. You know, you're a carpenter. There's so much that we need, that we can use and need to be done. It just doesn't make any sense. And to me, all the jobs are equal. They are all the same. We need everybody.
Right.
There's nobody bigger than anybody else as far as I'm concerned.
Yeah, and like I said, the problem is that people don't focus on their gift and talent.
Right.
That leaves a lot of room for free time to be engaged in stuff that is not productive. So that's the problem. So,
foolishness.
What was that?
You have a lot of time to engage in foolishness. Exactly.
That's the thing.
When you should be concentrating on your gift. What is your contribution to the whole?
Exactly. Totally. That's one of the reasons why I actually go into the schools as well. I speak to the youth. I've been doing this for a long time. I'm a Great American Teach-In speaker. I've spoke several times at the Great American Teach-In. I've also spoken in the churches, at community events, and most recently I got an opportunity in November to speak to this youth academy, because the thing about it is the young people need to be encouraged to do whatever they are to do on this earth with their gift and talent. They need to be encouraged to do that so that they don't get older and end up engaged in foolishness, because that's what happens a lot of time. I remember when I was homeless and struggling like really, really bad. I was probably around like 19 or 20. And I always would observe the people that were around me at some of these food shelters that I would go to. I was observing them because I wanted to understand what was going on, what got them here. It has a lot to do with the characters that I developed in my play, A Dark-Skinned Woman's Revenge. But one of the things, I'll never forget, I met this one lady. I will never forget her, and I actually want to talk to her again because I see her around St. Petersburg. And I talked to her. She probably will not remember this, but I remember her. I talked to her when I was about 20 years old, and I said, I forgot how I got to conversating with her, but I just started asking her life, because I like to know about a person's life. I just do. And she looked at me like I was crazy, like, why does this person want to go? But I wanted to know, so she started telling me. And she told me that she used to be a singer, and she started telling me about all these clubs in Los Angeles she was singing at, and I was like intrigued. The thing that intrigued me was what landed her from the clubs, singing in the clubs in Los Angeles, to being at this shelter or this food pantry where we were getting food from. And that's what I was trying to pull out of her. Yeah, and yes, she was a dark-skinned woman. But the story, my characters are not based on this woman. But I'm just giving y'all some experiences of what I'm trying to get across here in regards to people that, for whatever reason, they will stop doing what God blessed them to do as a gift and talent. And she stopped, and she wound up in St. Petersburg here. And it was just the most saddest thing. And even to this day, I see this lady, I see her walking around St. Petersburg. And I can see that there may be some issues there. But one day I'm going to go up to her and I'm going to talk to her, because every time I want to do it, it's like she got this look on her face, like she don't want to be bothered. I don't want to kind of like interfere in her space if I can't do something that is going to be of benefit to her. Because that's another thing I don't like, is when people start talking to people and finding out what their problems is and they don't do anything to help them. I think if you're going to get somebody's story, you need to try to help the person. So anyway, so she told me that, and I was like, whoa. And in my head, I was always thinking, wait a minute. As long as you're breathing on this earth, you can still be that singer. If you sing, you know, because people tell us all these things about, oh, as you get older, you can't do this. That's a crock of bull. I don't believe in any of that. I throw all that convention out the window. You still on earth and you still breathing. And that woman, as far as I'm concerned, she should keep singing. And guess what? If she wanted to do it, she could find outlets to sing. I know she could. But it's just in the person, sometimes I do realize that the society will beat people down, particularly black people, particularly dark-skinned black people, and make them think, okay, I can't, to the point where they just lose their will to do whatever it is in terms of the gift and talent that God gave them. And they would just, you know, just abandon it. So that's what I see. That's what's going on with a lot of people. And I wish that they would realize how powerful they are. I mean, if people know my story, just a little bit of backstory, I done struggled like crazy with presenting this play. Never let it, people have told me it was stupid. I remember I wrote the play to cast dark-skinned women in this play. It's a one-woman show now because I'm playing 5 different characters, but I didn't write it for that. I wrote it to give other dark-skinned women work because I had lived in Los Angeles and I know how hard it is for Black actresses, particularly dark-skinned Black actresses. So I wrote this play with the conception in mind to give other dark-skinned women work as well as to tell the stories. But I had dark-skinned women and didn't want to be bothered with it. They thought it was, you know, it was casting dark-skinned women in a bad light. I've had funding problems where, as you know, I mean, you donated before. I've had funding. So through all of that, I've had people back out of venues where I had verbally, which I learned to do contracts now. So I learned a lot of things from being in this business. I had people back out of venues where they had agreed months in advance. So it's like, it's so many different obstacles. But the thing is, so what? You get up, you dust yourself off, and you keep it moving. That is what you're supposed to do as long as you're breathing. And I think that people are losing sight of that. And I want them to get it back and get it together here. I'm the poster child for that. Like, I'm not just talking, I'm actually doing constantly. It never stops. It's a constant motion. And that's what we have to do when we're dealing with, just to reflect back on the issues that Black people face. You can't just say, okay, I'm tired, I had enough. No, you got to figure out a way to solve the problems.
That's right. That's right. You know, going back to where you was talking about, you were homeless and you were talking to different various persons, you know, in the shelter or at the food pantry or whatever. I had the same type of experience, you know, being an incarcerated person. Mm-hmm. And I always was fascinated by the stories of the persons that I was locked up with. Mm-hmm. And you would be amazed of the talent. These people, some people think, the folks in the crazy, how they just crazy or whatever, or criminals. A lot of the people that's incarcerated and locked up, some of these people are brilliant. You just don't know. I don't know what caused them really to be in that type of place. But I was locked up with scientists, mathematicians. I'm like, why are you guys here? You know, here. I was locked up with a Black man who had all kinds of Purple Hearts and all kinds of medals that they had earned in the military. How do you? But that's just how it is in this society. Well, you know, in life in general, there are so many forces that are so negative that pull at people. And, you know, the stress, you know, some people just can't handle the stress and they fall apart.
You're right. You know what? I'm glad you said that. I'm glad you said that. And I'm going to tell you why I'm glad you said that. Because number one, the articulation of it. You articulated that like very simply and very to the point in how it really is. And that's something that needs to be said. And I, as a person, that it took me a while to understand that, what you just said about people. Yeah. Because in my head, I'm thinking, wait a minute. When I was homeless, I was hustling. I said, I got to get myself out of this. In my head, I'm like, oh, no, we're not going to do this. We're going to go do this. I would get up, find me somewhere to wash off, go fill out job. I was hustling straight up. Because it was a circumstance of the family I came from. It was, you know, my brothers as well. We all had a very rough beginning. But in my head, it was like, so I'm thinking, well, hell, if I could hustle and say, this is just, you know, a temporary situation, I'm just gonna work my way out of it. Why can't other people do the same? And so it took me a while to understand what you just said, but you're absolutely right. Sometimes people do not, like you said, there's so many negative influences and forces that it is enough to knock people out.
Yeah.
Some people out. You're right. And I finally come to terms with that and realize that. And I'm very empathetic towards that. But what I do want to say is just think about it. If you're waking up every morning, even though we have those negative forces, waking up is a chance to keep doing what you do. You know what I mean? Y'all just don't know how many times people have told me no with this play. I done been, oh man, I just ignore. You just have to ignore the reality. Ignore it and keep moving forward. That's what I have learned to do. You could sit here and tell me no all day, and I'll hear you, but I'm gonna ignore you, and I'm just strategizing in my mind what I'm gonna do next. That's what you gotta learn to do. Ignore the reality sometimes and create your own reality. And I promise you, if you push forward, things will start to move and happen. I'm a living witness of that. Yes, Lauren.
I can testify, you know, Sister Rashida, I can testify that also, because sometimes you just have to stay on the case. No matter what happens, you have to stay on the case. But when things break for you, and I'm a living witness to this because I would not be talking to you right now if I didn't stay on the case. And I was told, I was made mockery of and laughed at and all these type of different things. Right. You're not gonna make it. Hey, you can't. But when the rocks start falling down the hill, when the avalanche start falling from me, it start coming. Right. I'm like, wow, here it comes. But and everybody around me said, wow, here we go. That's right. You can't stop me. Sometimes in a fight, you just have to keep fighting. You don't know how close you are. Your opponent is not going to tell you, if you hit me one more time, it's over. Exactly. Your opponent is not going to tell you that. They're not going to tell you that. No. You just know that you keep going. You keep working. Going. Exactly. Exactly. And that's the point that I was making. Yes, Lauren. Mm-hmm. I'm not going to carry you upstairs. So you can walk you can walk upstairs. Come on, Pooh. You can walk up, Lauren. But she does this when I told you. But yeah, you're absolutely right. You just have to keep going. And like I said, you and we know living witnesses here that if you keep going, and the best example I could use is my bout with homelessness, and my bout with producing this play and making it go. You know, just with the whole homeless thing, I just kept working. I wound up earning a master's degree. I went from homeless on the streets to a master's degree, straight hustle. And I'm talking about the good kind of hustle now, y'all. You don't get it twisted. I ain't talking about that hustle on the disrespect. I'm just saying, I do like the intellectual, hardworking hustle, the legal stuff. That's me. I know where you're coming from. You have to make yourself clearer. You know, some of these people, you know how some of these folks think. I'm talking about that kind of hustle. So that's the whole thing. So you got to just keep hustling with it. Like I said, with the play, I remember I had one person show up to my play, one person. But you know what? I gave that man 1,000%. I gave it to him. And that's what you do. You keep fighting. You keep studying. You keep learning. I would highly recommend, one of the things that have helped me in my life, get off the TV. If you're not watching that TV as a way to bolster whatever it is that you're doing, you wasting time. Yes. You know, I got this book right here, y'all. Let me tell you, I hope the library don't ever see it, but I wound up having to pay for it though. You see this? I don't know if y'all can see it. I'm sitting at my desk here, so I got books all around me. I do not watch TV. Mm-hmm. I'm always reading, trying to find that edge, trying to figure out, okay, how can I advance? That's why we got a brain. This brain is powerful as I don't know. Talk about the brain. Called How to Be Your Own Booking Agent. This is what spurred it. I remember I tried to get my play off the ground. There's a person that produces plays locally, and they kept saying that they was going to do it, and they didn't help, and I didn't think I could do it myself. So I said, you know what? I'm finished. I just started reading and searching. And they say that when how's the saying go? The teacher, when the teacher is there, or when the student needs a teacher, something, you know what I'm saying? The teacher appears. It's a saying like that. So it's like when you go out and you search for something, it starts appearing. So you got to be willing to develop yourself through reading, through coaching, through finding a mentor. You got to be willing to do whatever it takes to develop yourself and understand that you're going to have rejection. You're going to have negativity. Hey, that's a given. Here's what I say about that. You better make these things your friend. Just make them your friend, or just sit them right there and say, okay, I know you there, and keep it moving. That's what you have to do, because they're not going to go away. There's going to be negativity. There's going to be obstacles, but it's how you respond to it. You decide, are you going to continue to keep going, or is you going to let it pull you down? That's your decision. So one of the things that you could do
is to develop your mind. And that's why I don't sit and watch TV. I love the internet because you could choose the content that you want to see. Whereas opposed to TV, you know, it's less of a choice. So you need to develop. I tell these young people this all the time. Develop your mind. Develop your mind by reading. Develop your mind by fasting. I highly recommend to go on a plant-based diet. This is some real stuff here, because as far-fetched as some people may think it is, I believe that I have been able to do a lot of the stuff that I've been able to do by changing up my diet, because it gave me a clarity of mind and energy. That's another thing. You got to have energy to be able to accomplish whatever you set out to accomplish. You need physical energy, physical and mental energy. How can you get that when you're gorging on processed foods? If you know you need to lose weight, like you said, you worked out today, for example.
Yes.
You need to be working out. You need to be drinking water. You need to be eating the right. This stuff will help you. This has helped me. I wrote about it in my book, How to Be the Hottest Dark-Skinned Chick on the Planet. That's one of the things I did to change my life, because I already knew I came from the bottom. And it's either you're going to sink at the bottom, Rashida. I talk to myself. That's another thing you do too. You have a little conversation with yourself. Let's get this shit right, Rashida. You either gonna sink to the bottom or you're gonna get up and make this move and do this. You understand what I'm saying? So that's the thing. That's what you have to literally do. So it's a lot of things that people can do that's in their control. A lot is not. The negativity, you did talk about that. I keep coming back to that because I like how you were so honest about that, and in recognizing people's humanity and people's sorrow like that. But what I want to say is there's a lot of things that a person does have in their control to change something. You have it in your control. I am I'm a walking example of it. I'm telling you, I'm a walking example of. I went from having to fund my own plays in 2015. My plays started getting funded by the people. This is the people's play. That's the power of this. Where people told me it was dumb. Y'all just don't know. They said it was stupid. I got in arguments with family members. Get out of my house. I don't want to hear that dark stuff. This was going on way back in '98. They said you need to stop. Talk about all black people. This is stupid.
Right.
No, I took a lot of battle scars for developing dark skin activism. I'm talking about the real deal battle scars. I've been out there on the forefront, working with black empowerment organizations right here in St. Petersburg, fighting for black equality, fighting against police brutality, housing discrimination, the discrimination with our children in schools, the achievement gap, you name it. I've been putting in the work for a long time. So this is what I'm saying. Whatever we need to do, we map out the problem and then we start strategizing and moving forward. To me, it's just that simple. It really is. It's just that simple. It's simple. It's that simple, but it's not simple.
Yeah, going back where you was talking about when you was doing a play and you only done it for one person and you gave it your all.
Oh yeah.
That's the way I look at it also. I think I told you I've been on YouTube since 2007. December would be 10 years on YouTube. Wow. And YouTube has destroyed 100 of my channels. You know, because I was determined to stay on YouTube, and every time I put something up, they immediately tear it down, you know.
Wow.
But I just kept doing it. So now you can't tell by the numbers, but like I tell people all the time, I don't care if it's one person.
Right. Me
and that one person, we're gonna have a good time. I'm gonna give them 100% of what I call real truth. And you was also speaking about oh man, I lost word. Oh, about the information that you've gotten in order so that you can produce the play. You have to start looking for information so that you can do it yourself. You found how to be your own booking agent and all these other different things. See, that's what I keep telling people about. You have to see, you didn't go to the library and look at the auto mechanics manual to do what you need to do. You have to seek appropriate knowledge in order to accomplish what you want to do. Right. The reason why we as a people, people of soul in this nation, the reason why we cannot accomplish what we claim we want is because we don't have appropriate knowledge. You have knowledge, and that's nice. It's nice to know that you Kemetic. It's nice to know that you're African. It's nice to know that you Alhamdulillah, Muslim, whatever, all these different things.
Right.
But many of these things have been tried and they have been tested, and they are not appropriate, because if they was appropriate, then 80 years, almost 100 years of trying these things, we should have accomplished what we need to accomplish, but we're not doing it. Matter of fact, we continue to backslide.
Right. It's
not appropriate knowledge, but we don't want to hear it. I can fix a car with a plumber's manual. Yeah, okay, whatever. Yeah, okay. That's not going to happen. I don't care how much you believe. It's like trying to put a round peg in a square hole. I don't care. I've seen children try to do it. I was at a preschool. Yeah. I seen a child trying to put a round peg in a square hole. I said, that's not it. They bang it. And I'm like, no, child. It's not, that don't fit. It do fit. It did. I'm going to, no.
It's about, I'm glad you made those statements, because it's also about application.
Yes.
That's what I've learned probably more than anything. It's about application. Like, that's really what it is. Like, especially you coming from the bottom up, to be honest with you, there's so much resources out there. You have the library, we have YouTube. Yes, there's a bad part of YouTube, but the good part is the information, the free information. If you want to become a student of whatever, you could sit and literally watch videos, take notes. The key is application, because like you said, we have the knowledge, we got all this knowledge, but what is going on in terms of our forward motion and development?
Yes.
So one of the things that you have to do is you have to apply it. So for example, I told you about this book. I done read this book probably about 3 or 4 times, because I had to read it over and over. It's the section on contracts. Sometimes when I deal with my contracts, I go back and refer to that book. It's so many different things. It's the application of it. You understand? It is the application of it. This is just my field, but whatever field that you're in, you have to seek the knowledge first and then apply it. What good is it for me to sit here and read this book and still not produce a play? That is complete insanity. It makes no sense. So it's all about application. It's all about application. I think that we do have the knowledge and the know-how, but it goes back to what you said, and I want to make sure I validate that, because like I said, for a long time, I kind of wanted people to be like me and just keep going and just take it and keep going. But it goes back to what you're saying about people, their spirit being broken and stuff.
Yes.
We gotta, I believe if we apply the application of whatever it is we learn, that's one of the things that can help us to overcome our spirits being broken. Because we know that if we're trying to, if someone is homeless, for example, or if someone is struggling, we know that if we're paying attention to other people and studying other people, we know that it can be broken and transfixed. Because other people have done it. I love the story of Chris Garner. He's the one person I really like. The man became a multi-millionaire, a stockbroker. I respect that. He was homeless. So that tells me it could be broken. There's other people. I have a good friend that wrote a book. She has schizophrenia. She's diagnosed as a paranoid schizophrenia. Okay, well, explain to me, why has this woman finished college? Why has she never been in any trouble with the law? Why has she wrote not 1 but 2 books? She speaks all over the place. But they told her she was going to be in a mental institution. So that's why I say I ignored the reality. I hear you. I understand. I'm a realist too. But guess what? We can create the situations that I'm also a creator. We're creators.
Right.
We can create a situation to get out of whatever we don't want to be in. So that's what I'm saying. Like, that's one way for people to break the negativity that is around them, that you were talking about, these negative forces that's here to try to be, because that's not natural. Think about it. Why would you be born as an innocent child on this earth? You got just as much of a human right to do what God put you here to do as anybody else. It's an equal human right. Why should you have your spirit broken? That's not fair. I don't think that's right. I personally would never do that to anybody. I would do the opposite. I would say, okay, what can I do to help you help yourself? You know, that so but unfortunately we do have people in this world that's gonna do everything they can to try to make sure they break you. Like, we can't let that happen though. We must keep going. We must keep. I know I talk. I got another analogy here. My brother is a soldier, and he gives me he's been in there for about 20 plus years. He gives me the military strategy, and I like him because he's so focused. He hear you, but that military in him is the mission. Yeah. Like, okay, I hear you, I see you, but we focused on the mission, and we're gonna get to the mission. And that's his mentality, and I absolutely love it because that's what it's all about. It's about the mission. It's about the target, and you don't stop until you get to your target. And it's just that simple. You know, you're gonna have people. What is it? Combatants. I'm trying to speak the military language. You know, you're gonna have these people that's gonna come for you. They gonna come. That's a given. What else is new? So you know that, and you keep focused on the mission. And I think if we did that, that would alleviate a whole lot of stress for our people. So yeah,
you know, I tell you, some people they see me on YouTube and they think that I run around all day and just be running my mouth and talking and blah blah blah. And what some people, I think we talked about this earlier before, that we actually are like loners. We sort of to ourselves. We don't, you know, we're not really. It's a killer because we always enjoy things that's public, that it's public interaction.
Right.
But we loners. We really don't want to be bothered, really. We like being to ourselves. But we enjoy things. You must interact with the public. You must socialize.
Definitely. Here's the thing. I'm glad you said that. Because the thing, here's really what it is. With the loner part. I can't, people think the same thing about me. They think I just be, they only knew, man.
No, they don't know.
Oh my God. The thing is, the loner part comes in because you have to focus on what it is you're trying to accomplish. So I'm here. If I'm reading a book, obviously you can't read that book for me. I have to sit here and read and dissect the information. That's why it's not, it ain't even like, okay, I don't like you. That's not it. It's you're reading and dissecting information and constantly figuring out solutions. And that requires mental focus and brain work.
Right.
That's how it goes. And then when it's time to bring that information to the people, that is the social aspect of it. So for example, people don't see me. Y'all see me on YouTube. I took over about 200 something videos down, but they there. I still got them there in the archive. I got a bunch of interviews all over with so many people on YouTube. But what the people don't see is the years of practice. When I go into my rehearsal mode for my characters, oh, let me tell you, I put years into that of practicing and rehearsing to perfect it. You understand what I'm saying? Research into how am I going to promote it. And that takes mental focus that really it is the job that one person would do. No one can come and do that for you unless you hiring somebody to do it for you. But if you got to sit there and do it yourself, you got to sit there and focus. But people don't see that. They simply see, somebody said people get rewarded in public for things that they've done for years in private. I can't remember who said that. Somebody said that. I heard somebody say, but it's very true. Mm-hmm. That's what happens. You gotta focus and practice and focus and practice and just focus and focus. And that is on you to do. People are not, that's the unglamorous part. You know what I'm saying? The repetitive part of rehearsing a character over and over again until you get this right, or is it this angle or that angle, you know what I'm saying? Or when I'm sitting here writing my books, I've written 5 books. Mm-hmm. I gotta sit here and write the book. I can't. That's the part. Y'all see me coming over here talking about darkism and a dark skin. That took man. Oh my God, that took time and energy and brain work. So that's the thing. That's the reason why it's like I guess it's contradictory in a sense. But that's just the way it is. I mean, you can't, I don't know any writer or any person that's really gotten something done that has not, in a sense, been a loner to get it done. Right. I don't know of any person like that. And usually those people are leaders of people. They just are. That's just how it is. Don't ask me why. That's just what I've seen and observed in my life. And that's how I've gotten the most done. When I'm in here by myself, it's quiet. I am writing. I'm strategizing. I'm putting this together. I'm rehearsing. I have a director now. So the director and I, we come together to work. It's work. It's the discipline of working. So that's why. I mean, so I don't think people should be, it is what it is. How I go.
Well, I'll tell you, when I first came to YouTube, my purpose really was to just listen to the Black Power type video. That was my purpose. My intent was not to come and create this ministry or whatever.
Right.
But I thought differently. You know, I listened to all those people, you know, the Hebrew Israelites, those who speak the Kemetic stuff, and I listened to all those persons, but I was different. And I'm like, I wonder if there's people who think the way that I do. So I decided to come to YouTube and, you know, put my little 2 cents in, and I started to see there was people who was thinking on the same type of way that I was thinking.
Right.
Because I didn't want to bring, I wanted to bring something different to the struggle. I didn't want to be, I could easily teach Islam. I know about Islam. I could easily teach Christianity. I come from the Christian church. But to me, those things just, they're not doing what I feel they need to do. So I need to be quiet or come up with something that I believe can get the job done. And I think that after all this time, I finally come up with that tool that can actually get the job done. And it goes back to what you said, brain power. Listening to you speak here. And that's what I've been doing. People think, oh, he's running around running. The reason why I can speak about or talk about anything that I bring before us is because I sit back and listen to you. I'm not just hearing Rashida Strober speak. I am listening to your words. I'm dissecting. I'm trying to analyze. I'm examining, breaking it down in my mind. I have to be quiet and I have to listen. I'm not just hearing what you're saying. I'm listening to what you're saying. So when I do respond, I'm responding in a manner where I have listened, I have studied your word, and I've come to this conclusion. I'm not saying it to be biased. I'm basing what I'm telling you on my study of what you're saying. That's why I'm quiet, because I'm listening.
Right.
But many people don't do that for me. As soon as I open my mouth, oh man, oh, that's wrong. No, that ain't how it goes. You're not listening to what I say. Listen to, don't hear, because if you hear what I say, then you're missing a whole lot. And I'm not just here because, oh, I just got up one day, oh, I'm going to create the realities temple on earth, and I'm going to talk about, that ain't how it happened. What you see on this channel is an accumulation of an experience of over 40 years. And I did not really begin to think for myself within the last 10-some years. And that's when it really come out. Because when you get caught up in some of these rigid thinking processes, your mentality only will, it'll be stifled. It'll be hindered according to the confines of the box you put yourself in.
Right.
Once you come out of that box, and I told people, it's like the heavens open up. It's an amazing thing. That's why you can't comprehend where I'm coming from.
No, I agree. I agree. Yeah, I agree. I agree. I mean, and that's the good thing about YouTube is that we have a platform, of one of many, to be able to express this information and knowledge to people, to help other people. Like you said, it's about who the message is intended for. It doesn't matter how many people. It's about the message that person was intended to hear. That's what's very important. So, you know, now I respect it. And also what you said about people not listening. That's the problem. Like, people think that because you listen to someone that you agree or you disagree. That's, to me, it is not about, when I'm listening to someone, it's not about me agreeing or disagreeing with you. It's just for me to understand where you're coming from.
Right.
Now, like you said, in the analysis phase, if I sit down and analyze what you said, and what you said makes logical sense, then I can say, oh, okay, I'm coming to this person's point of view. So, but that's the big problem. People are caught up in the cult of personality.
Right.
In listening to what someone is saying and analyzing it from an objective standpoint. Oh, I've been a victim of that. You know, instead of people just really listening and saying, "Is this true?" That's the bitch. You have to ask the question. First, you listen to what someone says, and then you ask yourself, "Is what this person's saying, is it true?"
Mm-hmm.
That's what I measure it by. If you're lying, you lose all credibility with me.
Right.
If you telling the truth, if what you're saying is the truth, then I can accept that. So it's never for me about, do I like you? Nah. It starts with, I need to hear what you're saying, and I need to analyze, are you telling the truth?
Right.
That's the key with me.
That's the key.
I go off of facts. I don't go off of no, oh, I like this person's personality. I know people are affected by personality, but sometimes that can get you caught up.
Yes.
Around here talk about they like somebody's personality. I like the way that, and the person can use that against you. That's how a lot of these scams take place.
Yes.
People get scammed out of their money because they caught up in a person's personality, whether versus whether or not the person is telling the truth about what they're saying or doing. That's the key.
That's the key. And people don't understand. You can disagree with a person, and it's going back to what we talked about earlier. We need to hold on, or we can, I can acknowledge people when they say or do something that's positive. I have no problem with that. I can acknowledge that. But there are many of us who can't do that. It's either all or nothing. You don't have to take all. You don't have to take it all. You don't have to condemn me. Just think about what I've said. Just listen to what is being said.
Right.
Not here. Like I tell people, for an example, listening is hearing the clap. I mean, hearing is just hearing the clap itself. Listening is actually, can you tell which finger is striking what? That's listening.
Right.
Listening is being more clear, clarification. Hearing is not. That's the difference. I don't want you to hear me. I want you to listen to me.
Right.
And I want you to think within the confines of your own mind. Don't compare me to what you read from so-and-so book or what you heard on somebody else say. I want you to listen. This conversation is going on between you and I. I want to know what don't quote some book to me. I want to know what's coming from your heart, how you think. I don't want to hear quotes from some holy book or what your college professor said. No, I want to know what you think. Because what you get from me is how I think. I can quote from a book or whatever, but that's not the totality of where I'm coming from. I'm bringing you what my brain has given to me, my gift. Like we talk about gift. My gift, my brain. I'm dependent on my brain. Like you should be dependent upon your brain.
Yeah, absolutely. I agree.
Following all these people. And when you're following these people, you put yourself in a position where you can't go no further than where they take you. And that's a problem with the human being, because our brains is limitless.
Yeah, absolutely.
The thinking process is limitless. But when you follow a person, then you only limit yourself to their experience.
Right.
And really, you could be greater than them.
It's true. It's
actually, people put themselves down when they could be greater than the person that they admire. Really, if they gave themselves a chance. Ain't nothing special. This person got 2 eyes, he take a dump. just like you do. He has to eat like you do. What's so fantastic and special about these people? They're not special. We all have our talent. We all have our place in this life.
Right.
You just as great, as far as I'm concerned, you just as great as anybody else that's out there. I'm just as great as anybody else out there. I refuse to allow somebody to put me in a category that's less. Not gonna do it.
Right. I understand. Trust me. We got these self-limiting beliefs, especially in terms of, I think that being raised in a culture that prides individualism and hero worship and star worship,
yeah,
and all these things. So that's why I think a lot of people will get, and then you have a situation where only a few people are allowed to make it to the top of whatever designated industry they want to make it to the top of, and it's made hard for other people. So I think with all these issues, if you combine all these issues, that's why people feel like, okay, I gotta praise or worship this person, and I can't I gotta be a follower of this person, and maybe I can't do this myself. But I think that's kind of like where that comes from. But again, it goes back to ignoring the reality that you see in front of you and realizing that you can do whatever you set out to do. You can, I think that's a part of it. So yeah, I mean, we have so much work to do in terms of mind development. I think that's what it really is all about. Because I say that myself. I'm talking to myself as well. I'm not sitting here saying, oh, I got this down pat and figured out. No.
Right.
I'm speaking about myself. When I say we, Rashida is including that. Mind development, constantly focusing on our minds and developing it as a muscle to keep it in tune and keep it fine-tuned and working properly, because of what you said earlier, and it's so true. I have to come back to it. The negative influences that are constantly there to try to knock you off your track and make you believe that your life isn't mean anything, and that kind of goes towards people that are older, because I know a lot of people work with the youth. I work with the youth too, but I also at the same time have a special place in my heart for older or middle-aged people, Black people, because they've been beat down. Like you said, they've taken a whooping. They were born into this world with hopes and dreams too. And I think that sometimes we need to focus on rebuilding the value and the belief in older Black people, because they got something to give. You can't just, in this society, in American society, it's like in Africa, the elders are praised and looked at. It's not like that over here. It's like people tell you the messages are, when you get older, you're worthless. That is like so far from the truth. That's why I keep saying you must ignore the reality of what people are saying and just do what you want to do. But there is a lot of older people that I see around me that need to be encouraged and uplifted, and to know that your life experience in and of itself is of value.
Right.
It is. I don't care what anybody says. An older person's life experience is valuable to me. I know we want to develop our young, but that person's like, they're like a walking book.
Right.
Me. That's how I've always seen.
I'm glad you brought that up too, Sister Rashida, because a lot of these younger people are talking about some things. When you start talking about going back to the 60s and 70s, I said, I was there. I was there in the 60s. I was there in the 70s. I was there in the 80s. You trying to tell me about a history that you read in a book or somebody told you. I was living it. That you're going to tell me it's some famous thing. Well, it's not famous, but it's something that they always speak about on YouTube. These poor, lost Black men, they beat up on Black women all the time, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And they keep talking about, they said that Oprah Winfrey and some other people, Black men bashers, whatever. I always been an Oprah fan. Matter of fact, I didn't notice Oprah was fat. Because see, when I like you for who you are. I'm not looking for negative.
Right.
So I never noticed Oprah was fat. Matter of fact, I didn't notice Oprah was fat till she said it on her show one day. And she slimmed down. She looked all sickly one time. She had slimmed down. I'm like, that's not the Oprah. What you do to yourself?
Right.
But I didn't pay no attention. I like you for who you are. But Oprah, in the beginning, it seemed like she was bashing men, not just black men, but men in general. That's why a lot of women, you know, was attracted to her platform. But after a while, she let all that stuff go. You know, all that negatives. Because at that time, talk show, that's all it was, about negative stuff. And Oprah decided just to change her platform. And now she's going to talk about drapes, you know, and the new toilet bowl that just come out, you know, stuff like that. You know, but what they talking about, I said, I don't know where y'all getting your information. I'm an Oprah fan from her very beginning in the early 80s when Oprah's show first came on. This stuff y'all talk about, I don't know nothing about it.
Yeah,
So,
I like Oprah too.
I don't know who your information source is.
Not only do I like Oprah, I actually respect Oprah. I just respect her.
I always like Oprah. I always thought Oprah was a beautiful black woman, and I love women just like yourself that can talk.
Right.
Educated, like I always like that. I'm like, woo.
I've never in my life. I'm like you.
Mm-hmm.
I grew up I was a kid in the 80s and a teenager in the 90s, and I saw Oprah Winfrey, and I didn't see all that stuff that I didn't see all that. I just saw this talk show that I used to watch. Like it was, I guess maybe because I was a kid that didn't like. And then as I got older and learned her story, I'm like, this lady is,
yes,
she deserves. Look at how hard she worked and what she came from. I mean, come on, leave.
Her own people was against her because she even talked about it. You know, her own relative. You'll never do this and you'll never do that and blah blah blah.
No, she.
You have to hear that.
Oprah is the type of person. The reason why I respect her, it ain't got nothing to do with her money or none of that. That ain't it for me. You gotta be doing that. It's about the work a person puts in. And she is a hard-working person, relentless, intelligent. That's what I see.
Yes.
That's the part I respect. That's what it is for me. And that's what anybody that, and it doesn't matter what level, because I don't really look at a person's so-called level or class. I don't care about that. It's about the person, their character, their morals, and their work ethic. I don't know. I just respect hardworking people. That's just what I respect. Always have. Because that tells you something about that person. That tells you that that person is a self-respecting person that cares about themselves as a human being. And if they care about themselves as a human being, that means they're going to care about other people. So that's very important to look at a person's work ethic and in terms and looking at the results that they have produced. You see, so I think that our people just needs to get over the other part. The money with Oprah, I think that's secondary.
Yes.
The person that she is. I just personally, I've always thought that way when I came into understanding who she was and how big she is. It's the money is just like a byproduct almost because of the work that she put in to becoming Oprah. You know, that's what it is. It's her work ethic. So that's to be commended and highly respected. Definitely.
And Mr. Rashida, all of us, we come from different places in life.
Right.
You know, I can't condemn somebody, and I've never done this. I've been on YouTube going on, like I said, since 10 years.
Mm-hmm.
And I've never gotten angry at nobody because they don't agree with what I'm talking about.
Right.
Because everybody come from different places. Everybody can't comprehend. You know, we have different experiences in life. The reason why you are the way you are, the reason why I am the way that I am, is because what we experience in our life.
Right.
And now we've come to this place. However, that does not mean we're going to stay that way. We're always changing. Anybody or anything that is alive has the ability and will change.
Right.
So what you see today, you might not see tomorrow. So, and I tell people all the time, you know, that disagree with the things that I say. Just, you know, I might be this way this day. I might be something else tomorrow. Who knows? I might come to your way of understanding tomorrow. Who knows? I very much doubt it. You know, although we are different, I view all these persons as my brother and sisters in the struggle.
Right.
And I don't care. I don't care if you're gay. I don't care if you're Republican or Democrat. If you have dark skin and you are a descendant of slaves born in America, I embrace all of us.
Mm-hmm.
I don't want you to be like me. The number one priority should be our liberation from an oppressor. That's number one priority. All these other issues, you're making it worse on you. You're making it worse on us. And then you talk about, I love black people. Well, black people is gay. Black people is homosexual. Black people are fornicators and adulterers and drunks and drug addicts and a whole lot of other stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So if you love black people, then you have to love us all. Otherwise, you want to pick at this one and you want your picks. Well, see, I'm not into that because I'm not looking for slaves. I'm not looking for converts to a religion. I'm looking for simple liberation of a people from an oppressor.
Right.
All of them. All is included. And if you have a so-called leader that can't accept us as we are, because even in religion it says, come as you are, does not mean you're going to stay that way. But right now, come as you are. And who am I to judge you when you're supposed to change? It's not up for me to judge. However, if you do the right thing, like I said, if you do things appropriately, all these things that you complain about, they will disappear. You don't have to worry about them no more. They will disappear when you start beginning a process where we become more into the natural way of life. Because certainly right now, we live in an unnatural, abnormal type of lifestyle. Because we've been under an unnatural, abnormal people. So that's expected.
Yeah.
But I'm not going to we've done about an hour, sister. I know that you said that you just wanted to do an hour, and I actually have been getting texts. People want to join in on the conversation, but you had a short period of time, so I didn't want to,
Shout out to everybody that's watching.
Yeah.
Definitely. Maybe we're going to do it again.
Yeah.
I got my daughter here. That's why for the record, I try not to do stuff on Saturdays or whatever when I have my daughter, because she just gets so antsy, and I'll be trying to focus on what I'm talking about. So that's the reason why. Or if I do a short talk or interview, it's because Lauren is here. So that's why. Yeah, and you're priority number one, and she loves you.
Right. And see, my schedule, you're available during the weekday.
Don't hang off them stairs like that, Lauren.
And I'm only available during the weekend, so.
Oh, okay. So they got the scheduling
together.
Yeah, and my schedule is always changing and stuff a lot. So it's like, oh gosh, I be trying to work stuff in, but sometimes my schedule will change. So I'm glad we was able to go ahead and get this talk done today, because I was really looking forward to it. So definitely.
Yes. So we're gonna bring this to an end. I want you to repeat about the good news that you're gonna be in Harlem, New York.
Oh yeah, that's right. I'm coming to Harlem, New York with my off-Broadway production, my dark skin show, where I'm playing 5 different dark skinned women. It's called The Dark Skinned Woman's Revenge. It's gonna be November 4th, which is a Saturday, at the Macy's. I hope I'm saying the name right, but it is the Macy's Documentary Center on, it's located at 343 Malcolm X Boulevard. Other people know it as 343 Lenox Boulevard, but it's the same. And the show starts at 6:30. Immediately after, it's going to be a darkism discussion. Y'all don't want to miss it. It's going to be fun. I'm so looking forward to it. I just got a new director. Thank you to the DC Black Theater Festival that put me in contact with this wonderful director that's directed a lot of Black theater. I'm very excited about working with him for this particular production. So I got a lot going on. So support it. Also donate to my dark skin campaign to produce the show, because it costs money. It's not something that's free. I'm a self-producing artist. So yeah, I'm excited. Man, y'all just don't know. I'm ready. I'm ready to.
Well, of course, I'm going to get the information and post it in the description box. And of course, as you know, I'm going to do my best to promote you, sister, like always.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
And we should always support, like Richard Pryor said, support any of us. This is just so, let me say this, sister, before you, this is how techy we are. Now look, I was talking to a brother. I don't know if I told you this story. I'm gonna tell it to everybody. I was talking to this brother. He's a Muslim, black Muslim, whatever. He's not with Farrakhan or anything, but he believes in the teachings of Elijah Muhammad, right? So we going back and forth on Facebook. He also is trying to sell this organic soap, right? Mm-hmm. So really the conversation is getting boring to me. I'm interested. I want to support him. You know, we disagree or whatever, but I want to support him. I want to buy some of his soap. Mm-hmm. Don't you know this fella? He's so involved in the conversation about the religion. He just ignored. Now his soap is not cheap. I think for 12 bars it's almost $40 or something like that. It's real high. It's expensive soap. Wow. And you know, I'm gonna try it out. I want to support him and you know, buy some of his soap. This man is so involved and angry at me what I had to say in the religious conversation. He don't want his money. Oh wow. Let me tell you something. If you and I was going back and forth, and I was telling you, well, Sister Rashida, you know, that's cool, but I want to buy, you know, 4 or 5 tickets. Now, would you shut the hell up and get the money, or would you? Well, you know, darkism is this and that. I tell you, you know what I'll do? I'll give you the link. I'll give you the link and provide you the link to go donate, and I'll make sure you got your books ASAP. That's what I do. Because guess what? The information is in the books. I can't, you know, sister, I can't even go get a bean pie no more. The brothers, they're so angry because of what I said about Farrakhan or whatever. You know, they don't even want the money. You gotta understand. Money. Everybody's not going to agree. Does that mean you're a bad person? No. Right. Does that mean I'm a bad person? That's not how the world works. We know that. Come on. Everybody's not going to agree. You know, and the sad thing about it, these people, a lot of them, they've known me for years. It's not like I'm out here, they don't know you. Mr. Farrakhan actually know me. His assistant know me. These people, they know my family. You know, they know me. They know I'm you know, we just don't agree no more. Okay. I just don't see things that way. But I'm your brother. Exactly. You know, if the government ever did come down on the nation or any black power organization, you think I'm gonna be on the side of the enemy? You think I'm gonna call the police and say, well, I know this about the nation. I know this about Sinetta. I know this about Polite. I'm not going, I don't roll like that. Right. I don't roll like that. I'm with you. I'm not with the enemy. And do we really think we would be crazy to think that even within the black community or any community that everybody agrees? That doesn't make any sense. That's not how it works. It doesn't even make, if you can look at history, I mean, you can look at European history, for example. If that's the case, why did Europeans have a lot of wars between each other? If that's the case, why did the Sierra Leone War? There's intra-wars going on in countries right now. People even within groups do not agree. That's just not realistic. It doesn't make any sense. No, it don't. Only thing we have to do, but then at the same time, we talk about how much we love black people. You don't love me enough that you can just say, oh, brother, I don't believe that stuff, and just smile and shake hands and let's do the business. Right. I'm not trying to destroy you. I'm not jealous of you. I don't hate you. Come on, man. What's up? You know, come on, let's get out of that stuff. I understand exactly what you're saying. I understand. Yeah, it shouldn't be that way. I agree. That's probably some of our brothers and sisters, they have gone, you know, a little bit overboard. And some of these people, you know, you call them coons or whatever, you know. But I believe those of us who claim that we know so much, if we be the example of what brother and sisterhood is and do what we claim needs to be done, all that stuff that the coons are talking about, you don't even have to worry about it no more. Exactly. But the reason why the coons have a platform is because you're not an example of nothing. So it goes back to doing the work. It goes back to doing the work. We need people that goes back to producing results. Yeah. That's what it is. That's what I always come back to. I come back to what are we gonna do and how can we make this happen? So that's why. That's where my head is always at. Even when I'm talking, I'm always thinking,
objective results.
Right, the results. That's what it's called. You know, we can't, you know, if you love the people, you can't love them to today and then have a problem with them tomorrow. You have to show them love all the time. You can't just stop and quit and whatever. You have to, whatever we do, we have to be consistent in that.
Right.
You have to be consistent. Because see, this is the thing about not only black people, but any person, even a child. A child knows when you love them or not. They know when you care for real or not.
Definitely.
You think you run around here, oh, I love you and blah, 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 blah. You talking. That don't mean nothing. People know when you actually for real care about them. And
love is action. Love is action. Love is action.
Love is action.
Love is action. What are you going to do? For me, it's all about how can I help someone. If someone is coming to me asking me for help, I really don't want to spend too much time. People criticize me on this. They say, oh, you're just going to get used. No, you're going to get used. I don't want to spend too much time asking. If I could clearly see the person needs some help, my mind is on what can I do to help to solve the problem. It's just that simple. You
know, sister, that's the chance you take. That's the chance you take, because there are those who will, you know, take advantage of your kindness. That's just a chance that you have to take anyway. So
yeah, exactly. So you can't sit there and worry about that. It's a bigger mission. It's a bigger mission. That's how I'm always thinking. The bigger mission. That's just the way.
That's right. You have to look at the big picture.
Right. Big picture thinking. Absolutely.
Yeah. Not just your small part of the picture. We have to look at the whole picture.
The whole picture. I agree.
And this is the thing about what we don't realize is that all of us will benefit from that. All of us will benefit because there are things you can do that's a benefit to me that I cannot do. There's things that I do that's a benefit to you. I mean, we share our talents.
Right.
But when this person is doing this, well, you don't believe in God, so I can't have nothing to do with you. That's silly, childish type stuff.
Right.
You know, because you don't know you don't know what you're missing that you can take advantage of, that you will benefit.
Are you gonna tell somebody if a homeless person walks up to you and says, I don't believe in God, and you could clearly see the person is homeless and needs something to eat, are you gonna say, I'm not gonna give you no food or help you? That doesn't make sense to me.
According to that logic, I guess so.
It doesn't make sense. It doesn't make logical sense to me. So that's why I can say, okay, I go off of what makes sense, what is factual, what is true, what do we need to do here? You know, and I think that's what we got to do. It's about that being honest. So
when these racist pigs, you know, shoot us down in the street, do they ask, I don't know if I should shoot you. Are you Kemetic? Are you a black Muslim? Are you Christian? They don't ask questions like that. They just see a dark-skinned person and pow.
Yeah, it doesn't go down like that at all.
It don't. They don't ask if are you gay? You know, they don't ask. You know, they don't ask all that stuff. You just a Negro.
Nobody asking that question yet when they shot somebody.
No, they don't care. All thing, as we know, this is a dark-skinned person. That's all they care about. Don't care about all the other stuff. And we need to look at each other. If we really love the black people, then why don't you show us some love?
Yeah.
And you know, I don't have a grudge against nobody. Anybody out there in TV land that got a problem with me, I said something, or you believe I done something with, I'll apologize. Get over it. Let's roll and do something else. I have nothing against nobody, even my ex-wife. And Lord knows, my ex-wife was something else. But I forget. I'm not. You know, first of all, I'm too old. I don't have time for it.
Yeah.
I just don't have time for it.
Yeah, you're right.
I can't do it. You know, because I'm looking. Because see, this is more than about you and me. It's about Lauren and Lauren's children and Lauren's children's children. Way after we're gone, they should not have to continue to deal with this madness when we can stop the buck right here.
Right, do our part.
And, you know, and Lauren and her children, they will look at you if we did the right thing. we would be actually the greatest generation ever produced. If we did the right thing.
Right.
But we hooked up on this infantile, silly stuff. We need to get out of it. Otherwise, we're doomed. It's a done deal.
Yeah, more solutions.
Yeah.
There needs to be more solutions.
And we need more solutions that's out of the box, because the enemy is used to certain strategy that we use. So using your brain, come up with a different way of doing things. That's the way it is in any kind of boxing or sport. The team that has an advantage is the one that is what they call unorthodox. I never seen that before.
True.
See,
very true.
We have to, when you boxing or fighting or doing anything, you have to do something that's out of the ordinary that your opponent won't expect. But see, everything that we're throwing at the enemy right now, they know about it. No big deal. They expect it. But when you come in on a different way, they're like, what are they doing? You take them by surprise.
Yep.
There's an element of surprise on your side. But I can't. And then people want me to come on social media and really tell my strategy. I can't do that, because that's telling the enemy. And then the only thing they would do is prepare a counter move. So you can't tell everything that you say on social media and try to convince. That ain't how it works. How it's going to be a surprise if they know?
Right.
You know what I mean? But anyway, sister, I'm glad that we finally got a chance to hang together, because I believe some people didn't think it was going to happen.
Oh, I knew it was going to happen. It just was a matter of coordinating.
Yeah, it's just a matter of coordinating. And unfortunately, we can't be here every Saturday. It's always going to probably be a spur of the moment. But if we get together, and I know, I would advertise and try to let the people know so more people can come and catch it live and go into the chat and ask you questions or whatever. Because actually, I was getting ready to drop some bombs on you, really. You getting ready to split. But I was getting ready to drop some bombs. Because there's some things that I would like to know, and I'm pretty sure you've been asked this before, but we don't have the time to deal with it today. But we're going to deal with it, okay. Since you're so smart, you so intelligent and everything.
No, I'm ready. Whenever we come back here, we can.
I know you are.
You can ask me anything. I'm ready.
I know you are, and I'll be asking people. Bring it. I'll come to your show or whatever. Bring they. All these folks, just like you say, show your face. Come on, and we can get it on.
Absolutely. I've never been one to shy away from the cameras and from dealing with issues head on. Never. That's
but I'm not, just like you, I'm not gonna go back and forth with no faceless person, because when I drop the bombs on you and get the bashing you upside your head, I want people to see the face.
Yeah, I don't do that.
That person.
I want you to look me in my eye.
Yeah, look me in my eye.
We got it. That's how I work. I'm a performer. I'm an actor. That's a part of my makeup. I deal with straight human emotion and realness. That's what I deal with. So I can't, all that other stuff, I don't understand. I understand what is real and what is true, and dealing with issues head on. That's how I got out of homelessness. Right. If I would have been shucking and jiving on that, I'd still be on the streets right now. I don't play.
You be locked up in the institution. Do you want your medicine?
Exactly. I deal. You have to deal with life head on, and you have to deal with it. That's the best way that I've gotten results. When I just go ahead and say I'm dealing with it. Let's go. Simple as that. It ain't even no way to get it.
I tell you,
don't get that from me.
I love that interview, not that interview, that little debate that you had with that sister on Sonetta's channel.
Oh yeah. Shout out to Sunny Day. Shout out to you. One thing I can say about her, that woman she gets an immense amount of respect from me.
Yeah.
She's one of the few females out here, I have to say this, that aside from Cola Booth, shout out to Cola, the mother of the dark skin movement. The reason why she gets respect from me, Sunny Day, is because Sunny Day and I did not agree, as y'all saw.
Right.
The thing I respect about Sunny Day, and I've said it a million times over, on all my social media platforms, I will talk to anyone, everybody, anybody. It doesn't matter. And I've had so many people that will disagree with my stance on dark skin activism and darkism. And she was the first female that took up the challenge, emailed me, we set it up. That right there impressed me, and she earned my respect, even though we didn't agree. It was the bigger thing was this woman was willing to come on and sit down and have a dialogue, debate, whatever you want to. She forever has my undying respect. Shout out to you, sir. I hope you see this.
Yes.
I say it all the time. I shout this woman out because it's been so many females. Y'all know I talk about black men and y'all, what y'all need to do towards dark-skinned women, because that's where I was targeting it, because that's the men were the ones I was speaking to, because that's what I had problems with mainly.
Yeah.
But then the black women started coming out critiquing me and disagreeing with me. I said, cool, that's no problem. Let's talk about this. And there's so many that have came and attacked, critiqued, whatever. She was the first one. She said, okay. She brought it. She brought it. That earned my respect. I cannot do nothing but respect a person like that.
That's right.
And we didn't agree. Y'all saw it. We kind of jabbed back and forth. I loved it. I loved every minute of it. So she has my, I would do another talk with her any day. No problem. Let's go. Because I know that she built for it. I respect it. Can't do nothing but respect it.
That's very humble, sister.
Yeah.
That's very humble, Sister Rashida. But you know that you dropped the bomb on that post, sister. She wasn't ready for it.
Yeah, the thing is, for me, I know what the people saw. Well, I'm just telling y'all in my head, because I've dealt with so much criticism from females who will not come and deal with it and address me head on. She did it. That's why I got so much respect for her. Mad, complete respect for her. I mean, seriously. So, yeah.
but for her though, see, her problem was she was hearing what you said, but she wasn't listening. Because if she was listening, she would have left you alone. If she was listening to what you had to say, she would have left you alone. She was just hearing and thought she was going to be able to deal with that. And no, you did a number on post, sister, but you know,
she had her agenda. I think what it was is she had her agenda, and I'm the type of person, I'm clear about what I'm gonna do. I don't do sneak attacks. I tell you straight up, this is what it is. We doing a debate. I'm telling you, we're doing a debate. I'm debating you. I'm preparing for a debate. There's nothing secret about that. Look up the word debate.
Right.
You exchange certain facts and ideas and adequately. I don't fool around. So I'm not going to sit here and lie to anybody. You're gonna know. With me, it's not. I don't play games like that with people. So going in, she knew this is a debate. This is what I'm here for. Me and you are having a discussion right now. This is not a debate.
Right.
But if I tell you that we debating, I'm coming prepared for war.
Right.
What it is with me. They're like I told y'all, I got a dark-skinned play. It's not gonna be a talk. This is a show. I'm preparing for that. I'm telling you. See, sometimes people don't listen. You tell them this is what it is, and they playing. I'm not playing. I'm dead ass serious.
Right. Absolutely.
You listen to what a person is telling you, and you take them seriously, then you get the results. I don't fool around about nothing. Going back again to my homeless experience and poverty, I couldn't fool around with that. So I've learned not to play. I've learned to bring 1,000%. When that one person came, I didn't say, oh, it's only one person here. Let me just no, I don't work like that. This man came to see me and he about to get it. He about to get every last one of these characters. He about to get it.
Yeah.
And that's what I do. So that's how I work. That's how I work. You know.
Well, what that says, sister, that you gotta split, because we could go a little while here because we've done it before. Because I mean, it's just so much that we could cover and go on and on and on. But unfortunately, we don't have the time. We don't get money like Umar and Light and some of these people. We don't get stuff like that. Because both of us, I enjoy doing this. I wouldn't mind being out on the street and actually working in behalf of us. I don't mind going to different world leaders. I'm not going there to visit. I'm not going to Libya or Pakistan. I'm not going nowhere on this earth for a vacation. I'm going, what can you offer black folks in America? What you got to give? Because if you ain't got nothing to give, sir, it's nice to visit you, but I got to go. You know, I'm getting on the next plane. I'm out of here. I'm not here to sit in a jacuzzi and go sightseeing and all this other crazy stuff.
Right.
What do your, matter of fact, I'm thinking about going to the country of Liberia, but I would like to have some correspondence. I'm bringing correspondence to the African nation of Liberia. I want to meet some of the heads of state there because I want to see what can that nation offer dark-skinned people in America should we invest and direct our energy toward that nation. If they don't have nothing to offer, well, it was nice to visit you, nice, and I'm out. What is the benefit? I'm not going there to sightsee. What is the benefit of me coming here? What can you offer us? See, that's what I would like to do that 24 hours a day. I don't mind. I enjoy the work. I even enjoy the negativity. It's fun to me. I do. That's why a lot of people don't mess with me because they say, oh, this Negro having fun. It don't bother him. It don't bother me. You know, it's just like when, you know, a child saying, nah, you black, you know, it's like water on a duck's back. It don't bother me at all. And you're ugly, you got a big nose. That's childish. I'm an adult. I deal with big time stuff.
I think we need to support. I'm gonna just be bold enough to say I think that we need to support financially people like you and me. I think that the people that are willing and that are able and that are committed and dedicated and have proven we need to be supported financially. I think that some of our people have a problem with that. It shouldn't be that way. If a person is putting in the work and they're committed and dedicated to it, they're using their time, you know, that they could be doing other things, but they're using their time. And I don't think that it's fair to expect the person to have to work a full-time job and then be engaged in the work of activism. Yeah, yes, you can in a few minutes. Hey, so cute. Lauren, give me a second. But yeah, I mean, I think that we need to start supporting each other. Right. The ones that's really doing the work on a financial level. Absolutely.
We need to start supporting the real. But I really believe a lot of us don't want to support the real because we actually love the condition. You know, dealing with these old charlatans and these fake type folks or whatever, or just pure incompetence, because I can't say some of them not sincere, but they are incompetent. They really don't understand really what to do. They don't want to admit it, but they don't really know what to do.
I don't know.
But you know, but that gives them a feeling. It goes back to personality worship and all that time. It gives them a feeling of doing something when they know they're not doing anything. Right. So when they meet you and meet me, they already know. I already know you not doing nothing. That's why they don't want to be around somebody like you and me.
That's why it's about results.
I know what type of the aura. I know that feeling of being around people who really want to take care of business.
Right.
I'm not here to play game. I'm too old for that. Next thing you know, if I be alive within the next 20, 30 years, I'm a lucky guy. I want to spend the rest of my life trying to make it better for those who come behind me. It's not about me. I've done enough. Now it's about those who are behind me.
Right.
My grand relatives and great grand relatives and stuff like. It's about trying to make the road easier for them to walk, like somebody did for us, because it could be worse for us.
Oh, definitely.
Somebody did make some. Whether you agree with the action or not, somebody did something in order to make our life a little easier. Because believe me, it was worse.
That's why I always praise Cola Booth, because she's the reason why I'm the dark-skinned activist. She really is, to be honest with you, because she laid the foundation for the dark-skinned work that I do. Mm-hmm. She did it. She did it first. She's the mother of this whole thing, like seriously. And she took a lot of heat for it in the 90s. Mm-hmm. So what you said, that's very important to recognize that we're making it easier for that it's easy for us, me and you sitting up here talking and having this discussion, is because of people like Harriet Tubman,
Right.
people like Martin Luther King, yes, Malcolm X, Marcus Garvey, Nat Turner, we can go on, Shirley Chisholm. People don't give her respect. Respect Shirley Chisholm.
Yes.
She's that woman, man, is completely amazing. So many people I could name. Carol Mosley Brunn. I could go on and on talking about the people that, and the ones that actually the real deal struggle, the ones going back to slavery, that was coming out of slavery and Reconstruction, that really struggled.
Right.
So, Wallace Thurman, who wrote the book The Blacker the Berry in 1929, he's the father of this whole dark skin thing. He wrote about the dark skin situation back in that era, way before his time. So you're absolutely right. Yes, Lauren. Okay, I gotta get out of here.
Okay, we getting ready to split. Lauren, be cool now. We getting ready to split.
And she want me to call her daddy now. And she's not going to.
Sister Rashida, we're gonna split. Everybody know I'm going to put in the description box. So Sister Rashida, she's going to New York November the 4th. And I'm going to put all the information in the description box. And we need to support this sister of, whatever that you can do. It don't always take money. I mean, she has a poster on social media. Copy that, pass it around, share it. There's a lot of things that we can do. You can make your own flyers. Pass it around in your neighborhood, put it on a car. There's a lot of things that we can do to support. It ain't always money. Word of mouth, talk about it, spread it. So her play can be successful November the 4th, and all the plays after that will be successful. Let's help this sister. She's sincere, as you can see, very intelligent, beautiful, soul sister. I hate saying black. I hate black.
Sure.
But we still use black, so let's support this soul sister, this black woman, and any of us who are striving to do something positive, not only locally, nationally, wherever, or even in your own home.
Right.
Yes, sir.
Thank you.
With that said, thank you, sister. We're going to get together again soon, and keep up the good work. And like you said, this ministry, we support you here.
Thank y'all. I appreciate it.
All right. As they say in Islam, Assalamu alaikum.
All right. So alaikum salam.